What I sure can do wrong, you know, I thought, and I think I said this when I reviewed Momofuku Sam. I didn't review Momofuku Noodle Bar because it was not in the price range that I usually write about. But when I reviewed Momofuku Sam, you know, he has been incredibly overhyped, and he's not by the standards of a classic, sort of a fancy New York classically trained chef. You know, he's never run what you would call a large first-class restaurant, and he was overhyped, hyped quite a lot from the beginning. The fact is that when you go to his restaurants, the food has this sort of compulsively edible quality, and part of it is his obsession with, and this is not just his obsession; it's the fashion of, you know, sort of the porks and the heavy flavors and the crispy, crunchy, fried, you know, beefy, and part of it is the Asian influence, which runs through all of his food, and it's a very enticing combination, and it's the kind of thing. His food, when you go there, you find yourself afterwards thinking about it. And you may say, well, this is, you know, I'm just eating, certainly the last two restaurants at Momofuku Sam and Momofuku Noodle Bar, you know, you're eating dumplings, you're eating crunchy pork buns, you're eating bowls of tripe that taste a little bit like chili, you're eating Brussels sprouts with Vietnamese fish sauce on them. These are essentially simple dishes, but the ingredients are top rate, and you find yourself just remembering them. At least I do when I leave, and I said this in my other review. And the cooking at Momofuku Sam is the first time, Momofuku Ko, excuse me, is the first time where he's really taken what you would call more elaborate classical techniques and put his own imprint on them. And so I think it was the first time where he actually really warranted the hype. And I say this in the review, and you know, I'm sure the backlash it's already happening, and it's going to probably continue. The thing about Chang is that he's and the people who cook with him, you know, they're at a time working in a kitchen. It's a high energy, high burnout young man's profession, and he and the people who are working with him are working really only with one thing in mind, and that's to produce good food. It's not to fill their restaurants, it's not to make money, it's not to expand to Hong Kong or Vegas. It's really to produce the best food that they know how in the most intimate setting. And in New York today, that's fairly rare. And so that's why I went a little nuts.